project, what we're going to do is we're going to get inspired by this beautiful illustration that is in this fantastic book that Miss Kathy is going to be reading to you guys this week. So make sure you watch and listen to her reading this great book called A River Ran Wild. So what we're going to do is we're going to get inspired by this particular page right here. So I love this drawing that the artist did inside this book. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to draw it. And it reminded me a lot of what we see here in Minnesota and what the native Lakota people would have saw too. So here is the sketch I've been working on, inspired by that beautiful illustration that is in that book. So what we're going to actually do is we are going to draw this together. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, let's get started. Okay, you guys, so let's go ahead and let's start off with a line for where the rocks meet the water. So we're going to go ahead and put a line a little bit below halfway on your page. And we're going to go almost all the way, but not quite. So right about here. Once you've done that line, we're going to go ahead and let's put in some of these rocks. So we're going to do a kind of sweeping motion up here in a curve. So that's going to be the outer edge of the rock that is going into the water. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do some sweeping motions up here. And we're going to have that come up. And so we're putting some of these rocks that are on the edge of the riverbank. There's kind of a curve here. So make sure you look at that photo that's coming up on your screen while you're following along with me, and make sure you pause the video. Now let's go ahead and do a line that's right here. And this is going to be our kind of horizon line that's further back. And then let's go ahead and let's map out. We have a nice big tree that's up here on the left side. We have like a pine tree. So I'm going to start off with a pointy top. And we're going to go ahead and just have a nice kind of shaky hand as you are drawing here. And make sure you guys are using your pencil. So there we go. And I'm just going to do a few lines in here so then you guys can see that a little bit better. There we go. And then back here, there's another little kind of round section of land that's coming out, but it's further away. So it'd be really, really thin line there. And there's some yellow tree trunks that are coming out, and they're really small and thin. And then they have a lot of fluffy, round foliage. So lots of leaves around that. There we go. So let's go ahead now and let's add a whole bunch of trees. So we have a forest up in here. So let's go ahead and we're gonna go in and we're just gonna add a whole bunch of tree trunks in here. And I wanna make sure they're in all different angles. And make sure these ones are bigger than those. And some of them are kind of leaning to the left side. And then they kind of have these forks, these branches coming out. And then there's lots of leaves everywhere. So then once we have that in, then we can go ahead and start to just outline all of our foliage. And I like to do some dashing marks. That way I know where these are all supposed to go. And we're gonna go ahead and use some color pencils. So don't feel like you have to fill it all completely in, all the leaves. And then notice there's lots of shrubs over here. So that's gonna be a shrub. There's gonna be shrubs over here. Shrubs everywhere, it seems like, doesn't it? And then we have our beautiful water over here. And we have a canoe that's in the water. So let's draw that in. So what you're going to do is you have to do a little curve like this. And then once you have that little curve, then we're going to go ahead, bring this up and over. So you're going to go straight across and then up and over. And then once you have that in there, we're going to go ahead and then from this point here, you're going to go out and do a little round bulge like that. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side right here. From the top, do a curve. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do a straight line to connect these two curves, the bottom of each curve together, and then that is the water line meeting up to the canoe. Now this canoe looks kind of flat, so to make it 3D, we're going to go ahead and put a triangle shape on the opposite side, like that, and it's just going to kind of disappear. So now it looks a little bit more 3D. And why don't we go ahead and put the back side of this girl that's sitting in the canoe. So we're going to do kind of a partial oval shape. That's her body. Then we're going to do a circle for her head. And then we can do a little bit of a line, two parallel lines for her arm. A little kink, that's her elbow. And then she's holding on to a paddle. Like that. And we can go ahead and give her some hair. Now there's a girl in a canoe, and then there's some furry friends in the illustration of the book, but we don't have to do that. If you want to, you can. They're sitting right in here. And so this is our outline for our main project. Really nice job, you guys. In the next video, I'm going to get you a little bit closer up to the drawing, and we're going to go ahead and color pencil this all in. Really nice work.